Councilwoman, I just want to respectfully disagree. We're not asking them to do anything. We're putting forth an ordinance, so that's going to be telling them what to do. And I'm very careful and cautious of the overreach for government. Our job is to disseminate the most factual information that we possibly can so that the public can make the decisions for themselves and their families. It isn't our job to tell them what to do. It's to make sure that they have the information so they can do it.
I'm Jeff Watts, 610 Northeast 50th. I'm an Oklahoma City resident. The hubris that is coming forth from Councilwoman Hammond, Councilwoman Nice, I haven't heard you speak today. I know that you're behind this. Councilman Cooper, I'm absolutely, and to our Mayor Holt, the tenor through which you have let this be seen of who will speak earlier, it makes it very clear, it's very consistent with the tyranny that is, you do not have the power that you think you have. It doesn't exist. People have said that you have the power. You do not have the power to take our freedoms away from us. Okay? I'm a business owner. I work very hard. I'm very grateful for the opportunity to serve the northeast side of Oklahoma City. We have been selling food. We've been making food. This is my apparel. This is how I work. We are clean. Okay? And frankly, the only reason that this effort is being made to constrict business owners is to do the work that you do not have the power. You do not have that privilege. We have a constitution in this wonderful country God has blessed us with. And you would like to put business owners in the position where they get to do your bidding for you. No, sir, no, ma'am. It is not going to happen. Now, you can masquerade today. The size of the variants, some have said, Dr. Scott Atlas has said, 1,000 times smaller than the perforations in these masks. A sarcastic way to say it is it's like trying to catch mosquitoes through a chain link fence. I'm very encouraged by many of the words I've heard here tonight, specifically on this issue. I see some very strong leaders in this room, but I see some power-grabbing efforts that I, for one, will make my voice heard, and I rebuke it in the name of Jesus, lies that are being crammed down these people's throats. I have a very nice guy. I consider the fellow that stood up here earlier that is one of the heads of the health department. I consider him a very nice guy. He is a customer of ours at the restaurant. Phil is a nice guy. But I'm sorry, when somebody asks to talk about herd immunity, and you can't even mention the fact that we're not talking about vaccine for herd immunity. We are talking about antibodies. This is science, okay? And I've had 60 feet is the apparent distance that these variants will travel. 60 feet, you can get inside a Walmart. I'm sorry, sir, you don't even see me around the corner on the other side of the aisle, and you have caught the variant that is being expelled from somebody's mouth. Remaining. It is a lie. Thank you.
Mike Jones.
Circle and Piedmont. Jesus said, I am the way, the truth, and the life. And he described Satan as a murderer from the beginning, the father of lies. Today we're swimming in a sea of lies. The virus kills everyone who catches it. Masks protect you from it. The shots will last for years. The inoculations and boosters are as safe as those of the past. All lies. What is the truth? The death rate from the virus is a fraction of a percent. It's a manufactured virus, highly contagious and causing unique symptoms, but if caught early, very treatable. Even the CDC admitted that only 6% of those listed as coronavirus deaths actually died of the virus itself. Hospitals are paid thousands of dollars to classify different causes as coronavirus deaths, so no one knows the true numbers. With regard to the inoculations, the percentage of bad reactions is considerably higher than traditional vaccines and covered up. Furthermore, they protect only for months, requiring untested boosters and appear to trigger mutations. And now masks. Simply put, most provide essentially no protection from viruses. As other people have said, they're too small. They go through the mask as if it weren't even there. What they do is cause anxiety, respiratory infections, and dispirited people. Many who mandate them only wear them on camera. They know Masks are not about health. They're just a device to condition people for compliance to other mandates, power, and control. That's what it is. In 1917 and 18, the United States was fighting the Spanish flu, which killed over 500,000 people in 6 months, and World War I. This virus stayed until it hit everyone susceptible, then moved on. America stood strong, withstood the virus, and won World War I. Today, we listen to the government geniuses who have engineered our disgraceful withdrawal from Afghanistan, withdrawing the soldiers before withdrawing the civilians. The same incompetent liars have implemented a cut-and-run policy dealing with the latest virus.
30 seconds remaining.
They have removed the soldier of truth, leaving us in fear and confusion. This is not Los Angeles, San Francisco, or New York. This is Oklahoma. We do not cut and run. We rely on truth, stand for it, and if needed, fight for it. For example, encouraging healthy immune systems. We desperately need leaders who refuse to cave in to the politics of the moment, but rather seek the truth and do the right thing. The decisions we make today will determine what we look like tomorrow. Courage and cowardice are contagious.
I just found out about this meeting a few minutes ago. So I'm not as well prepared as I would like to be, but I will give you some information because I know you want to do the right thing, but you can't do it without facts. This is from Dr. Thomas Seiler a week ago. The survival rate for COVID-19 is now 99.8%. Americans younger than 70 do not have to fear it any more than the seasonal influenzas. It's never been more dangerous than the seasonal influenzas. It's been more contagious. That's the difference. Children are safe from COVID-19, and they don't spread it. There's been a minuscule number of children in the United States dying from COVID. Every one of them had a compromised immune system or were already chronically ill. In other words, they were not dying from it, they were dying with it. Sweden did not have a lockdown or a mask mandate. They are doing much better than most all other countries in Europe. There's now ample literature to show that masks, as we are using them, do not work. The previous man's comment about mosquitoes through a chain link fence, that was originally made by a doctor. He said when you consider the size of a coronavirus and the size of the holes in that mask, it's like trying to stop a mosquito with a chain link fence. The Delta variant, it's doing what typical variants do. They are usually more contagious and they are usually less dangerous. When you give a vaccine, and I hate it that they're calling this a vaccine because it's not a true vaccine. A true vaccine is like for polio, measles, smallpox. It stops the virus dead, and you don't need boosters and you can't transmit it. This only will weaken it, which allows it to mutate, which it will. And the Delta variant is just the first one. And as usual, it's more contagious, but weaker. Although they can become even stronger. Another reason for not promoting
30 seconds remaining.
I'm sorry, what'd you say?
30 seconds left.
Okay. The United Kingdom reports that the Delta variant is 20 times less deadly than COVID-19. I'd have had more, but didn't have time.
Thank you. Okay, that concludes.
Our founding document assured three unalienable rights: life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. What is liberty? You know, Oxford defines liberty as the state of being free within society from oppressive restrictions imposed by authority on one's way of life, behavior, or political views. And I ask you this, is there ever a time when freedom must be sacrificed? Maybe public safety, public health, majority viewpoint. Today, some leaders of cities and states in America are saying, yes, this is deeply troubling to me. Because today, you might find yourself agreeing with or not even really caring about a few extra mandates. But tomorrow, you may disagree. Freedom is about protecting the minority's viewpoint.